Yay, we have started. Okay, so, let's see, welcome to our second show. We're still figuring things out now, so don't be too disappointed. Yeah, we have it down. We're totally pros.
It's fantastic.
Not really, but okay. So yeah, last time we talked about Jin and the Pathfinders, and today we got a pretty sweet article on just the Pathfinders. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to show this graphic because it's got all their upgrade cards revealed. Somebody accidentally spoiled this. I found this on the Fantasy Flight forum. It's called Pathfinder Spoiled Early, comma, it seems. And it does seem, because they come with another duck and cover, another comm relay. But then they come with a really cool card called Overwatch. And that basically makes you Sentinel, which means your standby range is 1 to 3 instead of 1 to 2. Which is better. Yeah, I think only the turrets have that right now, right? The turrets and machine gun nests?
Yes, as far as I know.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then they got a reconfigurable weapon. And on one side it's the A300 short range rifle configuration, and it's 1 to 2, and it's 1 red die per mini. Mm-hmm. Not bad. You flip it over, and it is 1 to 4, and it's a white die per mini.
Is it like one of the? Did you have the little? I guess they were kind of like lightsaber things as a kid, like on a flashlight. You could.
Oh yeah.
Is that the gun? Looks like it does that. Like he's just like,
pretty much.
I need to.
Yeah, I just need to put this long barrel on there, and then I can shoot you way over there.
Hold on, I have an attachment for that in my briefcase.
Yeah, so I have a feeling a lot of these guys are going to start out with the white dice gun. So here's the cool combo. Although he is expensive, it does have Biston, who is range 1 to 4, and he's 4 whites and a black. He is impact 1, and he's ion 1.
He looks a lot like an Ewok. I know he's not, but he looks a lot like an Ewok.
In that picture, he does, yeah.
Yeah, like a little fuzzy, just Ewok.
Like, if you've seen Rogue One, you know what's up, but...
Yeah,
that picture is not the greatest art. So, so rebellions are built on mountains of white dice, it seems, not just hope. Because
couple black, couple red, but
mostly white. Just 8 white dice with that unit. That's going to be crazy. At a range of 1 to 4, 8 white dice. Holy smokes!
Yeah,
knowing me,
ion one. I don't like the ion one.
You don't like the ion one?
Well, I want to run. I go back to my double walkers, and the ion one is not good for double walkers.
No, it's not. Oh my goodness! And so he's 32 points though, and he taps.
But he's expensive.
Yeah, he also exhausts, which I can't figure out.
What's he exhaust for?
I think he exhausts just to do his attack, because it's super good, maybe?
Okay.
Right? So if he's exhausted, you only get to use the white die, so you have to recover him. Die? Yeah, the black and whites, yeah.
So you not get impact, or...
I guess you don't get any of it, right? So if it's tapped, do you just get the regular unit rifle, which is the...
He's just a mini with a white dice or a red dice?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, because these 3 guys have like 3 different, basically, options. They got 1 to 4 with a single white die, 1 to 3 with 2 white dice for the regular A300 blaster, and then they have 1 to 2 with a red die per mini. Oh man, that's these guys are very versatile, it seems.
But if they use POW, they've got 1 to 4 with a red and a white, and that doesn't tap.
Yes, but only he gets to use the red and white at 1 to 4.
Yes.
So
I was playing a game the other day with the Imperial Officer.
Oh, okay.
And in my game, General Veers came under an unfortunate amount of fire. He didn't get hit, but he acquired a lot of suppression.
Sure.
And was about to run his butt off the board, because he was basically right there.
Yeah.
And through a combination of activations and inspires from nearby generic lieutenant ladies, he stayed.
Nice.
He stayed.
Nice.
It's good. So I have big respect for Inspire.
Those, yes, Inspire's good. Those cheap commanders are really good. I really...
Does it look looks like Y-wings are flying over. He's like, we're gonna die!
Yeah, yeah, right? Yes.
The size of my mouth!
So you add the mini... right? He turns into the unit leader instead of the regular unit leader. It's kind of disappointing that you can only take one of these two.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, they're expensive enough, I think. I don't know. Thematically, I don't like it so much, but
I think having both of those in addition to the base card is a little much.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, and especially since then you could chuck 9 white dice and a red and a black.
No.
Oh my goodness. And then the last one is another copy of Fragmentation Grenades, which is it surges to crit, but it doesn't have blast.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So
it's worth noting that with the guns, the A300 short range and long range config, the actual unit card has like the A300 generic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Take out a white dice to shoot. This is 1 to 3, 2 white dice. Take out a dice to shoot farther. Swap to red to shoot closer. It's a lot of options, a lot of murder options.
A lot of murder options. Well, especially since it's like, okay, so if I'm ranged 3 to 4, I'm using a white die, and if I'm ranged to 2 to 3, I'm using 2 white dice.
Now, after the gun so for the gun, if you have the weapon addition, that doesn't replace your card.
Correct.
Does it?
No, it doesn't replace. It's another option.
So they always have a 1 to 3 2 dice attack.
Correct. Right. Okay. Yeah. So if you flip the card over, or you have the long range configuration, so you have 1 to 4, and really what that means is 3 to 4, because 1 to 3 you're going to shoot 2 white die if you haven't reconfigured your rifles yet. You take a recover action, and then you reconfigure your rifle as people are running up on you. And then for the units that are in the periphery, you still get 2 white die. But then if they come close enough, you get a red die. Mm-hmm. So these guys are pretty sweet. You pay for it though. There's 68 points, as opposed to the 40. Yeah.
Well, they're not core either, so.
Right, they're special forces, which means you got to choose now between these guys and the Wookiees, and the snipers, yeah. But what's really interesting is
two of each, or 3. Or excuse me, 3.
You get 3 total,
or 2. Okay.
You get 3 elites total, yeah. Well,
Why would you take the snipers over these guys? Cheaper?
Range, I think. Yeah, and they're cheaper for the 2-man sniper team. I think if you're doing sniper spotter, I think if you have some terrain in the corner or something that you can see the entire map from. Yeah, but you don't know what terrain you're going to have, so I don't know. These guys might replace them, yeah.
The rebel commandos seem to be at a bit of a disadvantage.
You mean the 4-person unit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Although I suppose the rebel commandos have extra cover, their scouts and their sharpshooters, and these guys are none of that.
Yeah, I do like the shenanigans they have with suppression tokens, though. I mean, like danger sense is pretty good. So you may choose not to remove your suppression tokens, so you can keep your heavy cover via suppression, right? Mm-hmm. And then while defending against a ranged attack, roll 1 extra die for each suppression token you have, up to 3. So that's kind of like what the Boba Fett's impervious, except as long as you're suppressed. Mm-hmm. And then after you rally, you can choose to gain a suppression token. So these guys are going to be really interesting to play because they're a fine line between I always want to run away and I am doing really good by rolling extra dice and defending really well, which makes Inspire really important. So I think POW is the auto include if you're going to only run one of these, right?
I mean, you have other ways of getting Inspire, though.
That's true, like the generic Rebel Commander, or...
Yeah, the Rebel...
There's a command card, officer. I want to say. Yeah, Rebel Officer, and I want to say there's a command
the
card.
Officer, I haven't peeked the Rebel side, but the Imperial side, like the Commander, hasn't... Excuse me. Has an upgrade card.
Yeah, there is a Commander upgrade that can go on Han, Leia, and the Rebel Commander. I think it's...
like the Rebel Officer comes as a 19 point upgrade for the troopers that you could get. Also comes with Inspire.
Yeah, true. So
makes them the leader.
Yeah, they only have one trooper spot, so you can't put the leader, you can't put the Rebel Officer and POW in here. And I think
you would need to, because the POW does better.
Right, POW does better. Yeah, so I think the first
more expensive.
The first unit gets POW. Every other unit's going to get the Rebel Officer. Yeah. Unless you just want to have the Rebel Officer as a commander and just follow these guys around so you can afford a big-time combo like Han and Chewie or Leia and Luke or something. Cool. Yeah, big news today. Can't wait for these guys. I think these guys are set to drop next week-ish. Let's check the upcoming page. So, let's see. Fantasy Flight alleges that they will be out soon, because the last update was they're shipping to stores on February 5th. So that's 13 days ago. So they could be out as early as Thursday.
So much money, so little time.
I know. I'm way behind on painting again.
Catching up.
Yeah. So, Josh, have you played any Tiny Epic games?
Tiny Epic games?
Yeah, Scott Elms Tiny Epic series.
I have not.
Oh, okay. We got Tiny Epic Galaxies and the expansion for it, and we took that to Germany, and it was really fantastic. Because it comes in a 6x3.5-ish box, and it's like Twilight Imperium in that box. It's like a 4X game in a tiny box that plays in an hour. So, and it plays 1 to 4 players, and we hiked around Germany with that, and every time we stopped at a restaurant and wanted to take a break, we'd have a meal, maybe stay for a couple more beers, and break that out, and it's good portable fun that you can take with you. It's a good con game, because not a lot of table space at conventions, and you don't want to be hauling out your, Imperial Assault with its 15 expansions and stuff. So, yeah, but there's a new one coming to Kickstarter. Tiny Epic Tactics. Yeah. I am definitely going to take a close look at this one and most likely back it, because it looks like a lot of fun. It's Tiny Epic, as in the usual stuff, and then it's got some 3D terrain type features, and the meeples you move around the map, and I can't wait to see more of it. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Coming to Kickstarter, I think tomorrow or Thursday it launches.
You should put a link up, edit and put a link in.
Oh yes,
this later. Good
call. Yeah, right now it's just on Board Game Geek, the preview that Gameland Games has put up, but yeah, that's a good idea. Put a link up. So, you did not get to play your Mansions game on Sunday, huh?
I did not. Unfortunately, there was no game this Sunday. Normally Sunday games, Mansions or whatever, but this time no. What is it? We've been switching between Mansions and the Star Trek pen and paper game.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, how's that?
Star Trek. That's pretty good.
Does it use a D20 system, or how does that go?
It's complicated to explain. I might need more time than we've got left. We roll a lot of D6s.
Oh, okay.
D10s.
Interesting.
It's been more RP to start with than rolling. I think it's
right.
D6s though, because I'm good with D6s. I roll D6s. I roll everything like D6s, so you can imagine my disappointment when I roll a D20 and it's still only coming up with 6s the max.
That's right, your max is 6, no matter whether it's a 6 or a 10 or a 20.
Yeah, although I roll I roll 5 and 6, and that's just it.
Right. Okay. Well, so we got to play, and it's on the stream if you guys want to check it out. It's Yeah, it's one of our Friday night games that happened on Saturday afternoon, unfortunately. By the way, sorry about Fallout. We tried to get Fallout working, and Jose and I could not get the audio to work, so we couldn't figure out how to get that going. We'll try and figure out how to do video games and communication and have everything we want for streaming, but I'm not technically adept enough yet to do that. So unfortunately there's a half hour of me going, dang it, why isn't it working? Dang it. Until we finally gave up, but I got to pull that video. I hope no one has watched the embarrassment that was. But yeah, that's true. I could have swore a lot more, trust me. A lot. But we did play Battlestations, and we got the audio from the Fallout board game issue worked out on Battlestations, and Battlestations was interesting. So Battlestations, imagine, Josh, if it's like a cross between Imperial Assault, Force and Destiny, and Armada.
That's an interesting combination of things.
Yeah, so you put out 3 sets of tiles. Well, 2 sets of tiles, I guess. 3 because we had 3 usually. So this one is it's a mission where you're on a grid and you're moving your miniatures around a grid, like Imperial Assault is. But the grid, the tiles form your ship. Mm-hmm. So you're on your ship, and meanwhile there's a side map of where your ship is in comparison to other ships on the thing. So you're kind of
submarine game.
No, it's a space game, sci-fi.
Okay. I've heard of something like this with submarines.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking of, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, sadly. But yes, we played that, and we got confused by a lot of the mechanics. One of the downsides of this game was there are not enough really miniatures to do a lot of opponents, I guess. Mm-hmm. And there is a rule book that's the advanced rule book, which is a hardcover rule book, which is like $40 to $50 on its own, depending on where you get it. And then the rules it comes with are very simplified rules. Well, so the first mission, our mission is we own a ship, we're parked and gassing up at a space station. Meanwhile, the federal government, the Galactic Republic, or whatever they're called, that's definitely not a ripoff of Star Wars.
Douchebag.
Right, they come in and they say, "Hey, we're compounding your ship for the war effort. So you need to give us your ship and give us all your weapons because we're at war with country X. I don't know, and so we need your ship." And it kind of kicks your crew into being in the rebellion. So the mission is get on the ship and get 13 spaces on the space map away from because the space map is in hexes, the ship map is in grid, so we have to get 13 hexes away from the space station, and we try to shoot back at the space station to disable their cannon, and it turns out that, guess what, the rules don't really cover how shooting back at a space station works. That's in the advanced rulebook.
That seems... You'd be missing out. Like, it's just the basic rules. Shooting.
Right. Well, yeah, shooting is in there. However, when you determine the hit points and such of the space station, that's not in there. Like, determining how the space station works for that kind of stuff. Now, it's possible we just missed it, so I will concede that. But there seemed to be a lot of situations we got into where we would have been comforted by knowing at least there is an advanced rule in the advanced rule book. So it's Armada. You're piloting the ship around and shooting at other ships. It's a little bit of Imperial Assault because you put tiles out and you're allowed to run around your own ship as well as board other ships and stuff. And then it's got a little bit of, Force and Destiny in that it's an RPG elements of upgrading your characters, and you can do as much role play as you want with it, really, I guess. But I would say right now I really see the potential of the game. I had fun. Don't get me wrong. I had fun.
That's the important part.
That's the important part. There were some confusing parts, like it's a D6 game, so you always roll 2d6, let's say, to hit, but sometimes your damage is 1d6, sometimes it's 2d6 or whatever. And you can generate rerolls is how the mechanics work. So if you're not getting what you want, or you're failing critical things, you can use your luck skills to reroll dice and things like that. But one of the things that we noticed was it's a 1 to 9 player game. Mm-hmm. No idea how the solo plays, but it's a 1v many. One person plays the bad guys, whether they're the Galactic Republican Alliance or whatever they're called, or space monsters from the planet something. So there's kind of a DM element of he's always playing the monsters. We kind of joked that, man, the engineer is so needed in that game, I'll say, right? Because the engineer primes the engines and provides power via the engines, but power gets used from weapons, from shields, and from speeding up and slowing down and turning and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So you have one power meter feeding 3 different meters, okay? But you can only do one of each action, or you can only do one action and one movement. So the engineer can't pump the engine twice. Right? He's only going to pump the engine once, and if he doesn't want to move away from the engine so he can pump it next turn, he's got to hang out and basically burn half his turn. We don't know if that's right or that was just a simplification in the beginner rules. So I hope that's the case, because like in Descent and like Imperial Assault, you can do 2 actions, right? You just can't attack twice. Is the thing. So if I want to flip this switch and then I want to use a med kit on myself, I can do that in Imperial Assault. And that's why we were saying it doesn't seem right that it's a maneuver and an action. It should be like 2 actions as long as you only attack once, kind of thing. Anyways, we got to find out by the advanced rules, but we're still deciding if we want to commit to it because it's a campaign. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, so
Decisions.
And we already bailed out of our Gloomhaven campaign, unfortunately, because no one's able to sync time. So maybe we'll start another one for the stream or something like that. And we got to do Scythe campaign for the stream. And
Scythe.
Bottom line is, Battlestations was fun. I had fun. I saw the potential in it. I think it would be good maybe if we had the advanced rules. It's just disappointing that the advanced rules are sold separately. I'll say that. But yeah, we gotta get together and schedule a Scythe campaign. I'm thinking regular board games, campaign game, and this show, and that's our production. I'm thinking that's kind of what this channel will be about. Yeah. So, any last thoughts?
No.
All right. Yeah, you should definitely play Battlestations with us next time. It was.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's got this Zombicide. You know how Zombicide has kind of the playful spin on everything. Mm-hmm. Like their heroes are like Badger, who's basically Wolverine. It was kind of like that. It's got this pop culture kind of twist on it that's making fun of a lot of pop culture stuff. So, yeah, I think you would have had fun with that, especially because you like DMing and stuff like that. It would have been probably fun to run the bad guys for you and murder everyone. Everyone. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll have this show in a couple weeks again, and meanwhile, go to Twitter at Cascade Players Alliance, I think is our Twitter handle, and I will be posting all the links and when we're going to play and what we're going to play, information on there. So follow us on Twitter. Please subscribe to the channel, and yeah, you can also give us an email, cascadeplayersalliance@gmail.com, if you want to hear about any other games or you want to see some games on the stream.
Bring it on.
We would love to share more games with you. And we are out.